Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. I see GARAGE16 got a lot going on. We'll talk more about that throughout the show. Kinser and Booker back on a Wednesday. Hope you're doing well out there. We continue on our journey up here in the North Island and we catch up with some of the tracks. We're getting ready for an exciting season. Who's counting down the days? Who's counting down the hours? Who's counting down the minutes and the seconds before we get the first race meeting up and away? Booker, mate. Welcome to the show. Good to see you back. And how are you?
Oh, I'm getting there, mate. Getting there slowly but surely. You know, the excitement's building more and more, and it seems to build every week. The more we talk to these promoters and presidents of clubs and tracks, they just all they after talking, you just feel more hyped every week, don't you? Each week we talk to someone new, and each week we just get that little bit more excited, and it's just getting closer. Practices have been happening around the country. We see Facebook streaming with information about what's going on and people posting up cars and liveries, and you know, it's just building. We've been so stagnant for so long, and now it's just like boom, here it is, you know. And yeah, mate, it's bloody fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Like you said, social media's just been going crazy for those who follow most of the Speedway sites and everything like that, their Facebook pages, social media, whether it be on the Instagram, the TikTok, the Snapchat, or the Facebook. It's just building up to the events that will get underway. I'm guessing some may be starting around Labor Weekend, which, believe it or not, it's only a couple of weeks away. It's only a couple of weeks away.
Where has the year gone, mate? Seriously, where has the off season gone? You know, it feels like we only just finished the season and we're just about to start another one. You got to feel for the promoters and all the clubs out there that are doing it hard, trying to get everything ready and get their stuff ready, and the drivers trying to get their cars ready in time for opening night. And it's just a huge rush with it, just goes quicker and quicker each year. But, you know, we're talking social media and stuff like that and how it affects and what it does and that. Some of you out there might have noticed that our post this week, it had a big sort of logo in the middle of it saying "Stop bullying, see it, say it, stop it." And basically, we're just sort of we're bringing up awareness, aren't we, Kins, of how it affects people. This, you know, during the season, we see it each season, people attacking people and attacking drivers on the social media, and it's just outright bullying. You know, you don't have to make it personal just because you don't like a driver or a person or something, you know, and you need to sort of stop and think about what that does and how that affects people. You know, myself, this season or season just gone, this year has been one of those years for me where I've been attacked constantly, and all I'm trying to do is promote the sport, you know, and people don't realise how much it affects you. You know, I had a mild heart attack a couple of weeks ago because of it. So you guys have got to stop and think what stress it causes for people. And just think about it. And when you see it online, turn around and say to that person, hey, that's not right. Stop it. Don't do it. Because if we all do that, then it puts a stop to it, kids.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And what I want to reiterate with what you've said, it really takes a toll on the person that they're attacking. Doesn't matter who it is. You really got to think and don't even do it full stop, basically, because you've been through it, like you said a couple of weeks back, you went through a mild heart attack, and some have suffered a lot more than that. And it's a stigma that kind of sticks around with individuals, especially if they've been attacked on social media platforms. Keyboard Warriors is a great name that we seem to hear a lot, mate. But you just need to think and stop really, because the after effect from this is not good. It's not good. And look, there's organizations. Look, coming up, I think it's Friday, 1st of November, it's Gumboot Friday. Again, a guy that we've spoken to on our show, Mike King, through I Am Hope. He's just one of many organizations that are out there that see it's not okay. There's so many other organizations that are trying to do their bit to prevent and stop bullying full stop. There's a special time that we recognize that event, that type of stuff, and people get out there and do their bit, because dare I say it, social media is just another platform where people vent that stuff. And I actually saw some of this firsthand, as most of you know. I've just got back from the grand final, and some of the stuff over there that I saw and was privy to see through social media after the grand final was pretty crazy. It got pretty out of hand. So yeah, what we're saying, we're ready, and you know us here on our trackside show, we don't stand for this. Full
No.
stop. Easy as. And we stick up for the drivers. They don't need it. And some of these drivers, he or she will go through hell. It's like, just don't need to do it.
No, and it's not just the drivers too, Kins. It's like it's the tracks, the promoters, the officials, the volunteers, all those people. There's just no need for it. You know, if you think that someone's doing a bad job of running a meeting, well, then go and volunteer and give your input and help. You know,
Yeah,
make a difference instead of being a dickhead and jumping on social media and making all these comments against people and spreading rumors and lies and whatever else you do. It's just not okay. Just the world, since social media came into it, the world's just gone crazy with this shit, and that's why the likes of Mike King's I Am Hope thing is so strong, because so many people get affected by this stuff, and you've just got to stop. And the best way to stop it is, if you out there see it, then say something. Don't just sit back and go, oh wow, he shouldn't have said that. Actually make a post, say, hey mate, that's not right. You know?
Yeah.
Be proud to stick up for people, you know, and yeah, I mean, that's all it is. And we're gonna promote that all year. You know, we call it bullying, because basically you get online and you say something about just being a bully. You know, you there's no other word for it. So just if everyone makes a stand, maybe we can make a slow stop to it. You know, and that's all we want to say, don't we, kids? Just to everybody stand strong against these idiots, because that's all they are. And
Yeah,
if
look, we're
someone
gonna
is talking behind your back about you, then leave them there. Leave them behind your back and move forward. Okay? Because they're not worth it. That is the biggest thing to realize.
Oh, definitely. Look, we were gonna talk about this a little while back, and we had Jason from the Pits TV on with us. We were gonna actually voice a concern then, and yeah, we'll touch on some of it as it gets closer. Look, and we're all gonna talk about it over the next few days, mate. It doesn't get any bigger than motorsport around New Zealand, Australia, let alone overseas. Bathurst weekend.
Oh,
We're gonna see the abuse. You know, we're
hey.
gonna see the abuse from people who hate drivers and something that might have happened on the track. But hey, at least they're out there doing 160 odd laps, and the fans are over there, and I'm gutted I didn't stay for another week. But
Well, I'm not, because I would have really been quite jealous after that fact. If you got to go to the NRL Grand Final and Bathurst, I think I would have had to put you on a stand down for the show. Mate, Sunday I don't move. Every year for Bathurst I don't move. Come Bathurst, I'm there from start to finish. That's it. Turn my phone off. Don't ring me. Don't get hold of me, because I'll just ignore you. Bathurst Day is sacrilege for me. I just sit there and, mate, and I hope it's as good this year as it has been. V8s haven't had the hype that they normally have, you know. But the one thing I do every time it comes around, every year, this Bathurst comes round, I watch this one video online. And I'm sure every Kiwi that's into motorsport out there watches the same video. And that's the Lap of the Gods, mate. Greg Murphy's Lap of the Gods. We all know it, mate. It must get played so often, you know, like, yeah, very cool. But hey.
It is cool. It is cool. Yeah, I watched it. They actually had it playing over in Australia because they're doing the big build-up for Bathurst. They had it on the big screens, you know, and all the stuff, and the reaction to John Bow and the pits and everything like that. But it's still hyped up. Mate, we better continue on what we're here to do and catch up and see what's going on around the Speedway tracks. We're going to have Russel Hayes, who joins us right now. Welcome to the show, Russell. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Mate, you know, you're in the same boat as us, as what you do at Kihikihi and everything like that. You know, you get these people who want to bag you for certain things. A stop's got to come, mate. And, you know, Booker said it. If you shut your mouth, why don't you become a volunteer and help out? Because we're all short of volunteers. The more volunteers we can have at tracks, the smoother it's going to run. But there must come to a point when you think to yourself, Russell, you know, sometimes these people and keyboard warriors in their mouths just get the better of you sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. I just, you just gotta try and ignore it, and I mean, it's pretty hard for some people, but you know, it's like I tell our volunteers, you know, we don't tolerate anything like that. So, if it gets reported back to me by a driver or anything, I'll go straight up to that driver and say, look, mate, it's not needed. You know, you just got to be upfront with it. And it's like you said, and if they don't want to do anything about it, well then, we as a whole group need to confront this issue, because it is a big issue.
Yep.
And it's a real problem in the kids classes, and we really try and stomp on that. So and try and ask the parents to support us for that too, so yeah.
Good on you, mate. I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
The off season's gone by that fast. I can't believe racing season for you is after your practices isn't until November. But what's been happening in the off season?
So yeah, we've been pretty busy actually. But a lot of maintenance going on. Plumbing upgrades. We've had plumbing upgrades in a lot of our buildings. Had a few water leaks last year, so we thought, geez, we got to fix this. It's just going to get worse. So yeah. Commentator's room, we've enlarged that, and Sparky will be really glad if we've actually had some air conditioning put into his room, because it was a bit of a sweltering box in there, and he'll be comfortable in there now. So so we've enlarged that a little bit. We've made it bigger, so made it a lot easier for him. The infield, we've had a whole lot of dirt put in the infield. It was a little bit low in a couple of places, and subject to a bit of flooding when we were, a couple of years ago when we had lots of rain. So we've raised the infield and regrassed that. So that's it's coming away, the grass. So hopefully it'll be good for our opening meeting. Retaining wall in the pit area has been done. We've finished our retaining walls. New safety zones in the infield. Instead of the old tyres out there, we've now got concrete bunkers. So and that's going to get all concrete. The floor in that area will get concreted as well. So, and it'll be slightly raised, so those guys will be above ground, up higher than the ground level. So, should give them a good view, and photographers, good view of the racing, etc. And then just general repairs and maintenance, and a few repairs around the wall, etc. So, it's always something.
Yeah, and I'm guessing with the track space example, the name Kihikihi, it's just a small little place where it happens compared to the bigger places that have multiples of people. And I'm guessing your volunteer base, most would come from is it locally, or is it from the Hamilton area?
No, it is locally. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, most of our volunteers are Kihikihi. I mean, there's a few come across from Hamilton, but most of them are pretty local. So yeah, which is really good. Yeah.
Can't do it without them, mate.
Yeah.
They do so much for the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a big year for you guys this year too, Russell? 70 years. That must be an exciting milestone for you guys to celebrate.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, there's not a lot of tracks can say they've run 70 years at the same place, So it is quite an achievement. Yeah.
Wow. So that's damn cool. 70 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years you been there?
Not that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think many of our life members would have started then either, but so yeah. But
wow.
no, probably. Geez, I might have been there for 20 to 30 years of it, but not that long.
Yeah.
Have you got something special planned for this season? Something of an inaugural event or something? Or
Yep. So we've got a 2-day event at the end of November, and basically over those 2 days we'll run every class that we contract. And give them a good, and make sort of a good two-day event of it. And we'll promote that 70th through that, that 2-day event. So,
have you got any memorabilia, any books or anything with photo history, or has anyone, even though everyone's busy, has anyone actually collated anything to celebrate the event?
No, we haven't actually, but we have got lots of old photos which we may, try and put up. And that they'll probably go up on Facebook throughout that time. We're going to get so we have got a new logo for the 70th, which we club logo, which we'll run this year, and probably anybody that enters that comes into that 70th meeting will get like a medal or something. So it's just something to to remind them of that event.
You mentioned Sean's earlier on with the commentary side of things, the commentary box being extended, but the biggest part is the aircon to keep it cool. So I'm guessing you start early afternoons or late afternoons instead of your traditional 6-7 o'clock at night, and that's the lights, is it?
So we actually have we have to be finished by 9.
Okay.
just after 9. So that's why. So we have to start around that 4:30, sort of 5. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fireworks, like everyone else, trackside is doing fireworks, and that's when it kicks off here. I know you got a practice coming up and everything, but the 2nd of November, mate.
Yeah, yep. So that's our one of our usually one of our biggest events as well. So really successful last year. Had a huge crowd. So and they're all and even the businesses that came in last year, they're bringing lots of people back. So that's really great. So yeah, corporate areas will be pretty full. So yeah, really good feedback. Had the Waipa councils help us support that last year. So we're working with them sort of at the moment, trying to and it'll be promoted as sort of part of their event as Waipa Home of Champions.
And do you follow suit like everybody else and sort of put those fireworks on midway through the session so that the kids can? Mind you, with you guys finishing a bit earlier, I don't know if you worry about that at all because you finish a bit earlier than most, so you just do it at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, we just run at the end of the meeting. So I mean, it's at that 9 o'clock stage. It's dark enough, so you let them off, and then people go home. And I think our time, even though we start earlier, we're getting a lot of families coming in, which is really great. And I think it's because if we finish earlier.
Yeah.
And so we are getting a lot of younger families coming in now, and I think that's a benefit for us. So yeah.
I think that's fantastic. Anything that brings the families in is a great idea, isn't it, Kins?
Yeah.
You're right. You're exactly right, and that would be the key to it. 2 weeks later, mate, mini stock stampede, super stock saloons, TQ sidecars, mini stock classes just growing and growing.
Yeah, so we normally run that a bit later, but last year we ran it. The previous year we got rained out, so that's why we ran at the second meeting, and it proved quite popular. So we thought we'll just, rather than trying to compete with too many other tracks with it, we ran with it again. But I think we're up against a few other tracks with mini stocks again as well. But it's always popular. It's always good to see the kids get out there and do it. So yeah.
And I've seen some of the kids advance into other classes. Still got the K on the side of the car, which is really cool. And yeah, the mini stock class is the growth of our sport, as you talked about. We've also briefly touched on the 70th anniversary, Friday 29th, Saturday 30th. So it's that month done. Then you move into the big wing sprint cars, the Waipa Sprint Car Champs on the 14th of December.
Yeah. So we've got that'll be interesting. I mean, yes. I mean, and that's a lead up to the later in the year or next year, I guess, with the New Zealand sprint cars. But so just trying to run them as much as we can before the New Zealand's, get as many cars as we can.
It's going to be massive come March for you guys. Then you got the big wheelers, super saloons there as well. Obviously the midget stock cars, sidecars, mini stock. You take a bit of a break. Gee, you have a lot of pudding over Christmas and celebrate New Year's as well. You've got a damn good break until February the 1st, where it's the Waipa Stockcar Champs.
Yeah. So we sort of do take a break in January. A lot of championships on then, and we find that and it sort of I think it's just for volunteers and stuff. So we do have a bit of a break and and then people can go and race elsewhere, and then we sort of get back into it in the autumn again. But
Mate, you'll be right. Enjoy the little break because it gets busy. I know you got some big ones coming up. Like I said, the stock car champs, that'll be huge. F2 midgets, way to start in February, and that's the only meeting of that month. Then you roll on through to March, Waipa Super Saloon Champs, again, sprint cars, stock car saloons, quarter midgets, mini stocks, F2 midgets, mate. Just keeps going for you guys.
Yeah. So I know the super saloons always put on a good show. So that'll be another good event. So we try and put some sort of championship on for most of our events. So people have got something that's entertaining to watch.
Exactly.
We do need to promote something. So
I'm gutted that Booker and I can't make this, mate, because Booker come up last year to Bay Park and watch the sprint cars, and he's never seen something like this. He was just blown away. We're hoping to be here for the New Zealand Sprint Car Chance, but unfortunately, we are heading down South Island. But you've got the big event. You've got the big event, the 14th and the 15th of March, to see those beastie bloody machines with the powerful engines going around your track.
Yeah.
Holy hell. Are they going to stay to the track, mate, or what? Or are they going to take off like an airplane?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I know last year a couple of cars got it the setup all wrong, and they did take off and end up in the bloody wire. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The thing about our track is it actually gets better. You know, it does. They get more grip as they go. You know, as the night goes through.
Yeah.
So as a lot of tracks don't, you know, they sort of blacken off. So and it catches a lot of guys out. And they I guess they set up for that, and it just So it'll be interesting, but it will be an interesting. I mean, we had a practice last weekend. We only had one sprint car turn up for the practice, but he actually set the lap record.
Wow.
Yeah, of 12.2 seconds. So that was pretty amazing. I mean, he was out there by himself, but he was nailing it. So so interesting. Yeah.
So what's the preparation around this type of title? You know, especially get a sprint car of the class, at your track, you know, what's the hype around or the build up to the spin like? Because it's got a big following, you know.
Yeah.
It travels around sprint cars is some drivers they want to do a sprint car, it's just pure speed. What's the build up been like for you at your track?
So I mean, we've got people, people wanting to know, you know, like where to stay, want to buy tickets already, which we haven't sort of even set that part of it up yet. You're just wanting to know information about it already, and we've even got people, you know, saying they're coming up from the South Island. So normally we don't, you know, you don't get any of that, but we've already had that already. So there's some real interest in it, real interest.
What's also prominent with sprint car drivers is there being the big trucks and the massive trailer units. You know, you would have seen it obviously. Heaps of space in the pits, heaps of paddock room.
Yeah, we've got big paddocks out to the side. So we can park big rigs. yeah. Which is the beauty, because I mean, you know, it is on a public domain, and they basically are paddocks with horse events, but we use it for parking. So it's a good room, plenty of room.
Is Kihikihi ready for this? Because the town itself, you know, Waipa, tell Waipa bloody council to come along and enjoy it. Because these are big machines, loud engines. It's going to rock your little town.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah. I guess we're lucky, you know, we have got outlying towns like Cambridge and you know, Hamilton's not far away. So, you know, you can go South State, Taronga even. So there's accommodation might not be a lot in Kihikihi, but there's a lot in the surrounding area. You know, it's not too far away. It's within half an hour, that's not far to travel at all. So, you know,
So is the aim to do pre-sale tickets, online tickets for this event? Okay.
Yeah, we most definitely will. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of our ticketing is done through online now. So trying to promote that more. Yeah.
It's exciting stuff.
I know. Wish I had a private plane books, then we could have flown down by ourselves.
Need to win lotto.
And then I take a look at your calendar here. Saturday, April 26th at 3:00 start. It's a season finale, eh?
Yeah, so that's so that was a change. I mean, we originally had April the 12th, but then the supercars and Talpo got announced, and we're going, oh crap, that ain't gonna work. So, and I think so. We do have to compete at the domain for dates, like some of the other tracks, you know, in the public domain. So the next available date was the 26th of April. So that was the date we got. So that'll be our last meeting. And so we sort of go a bit earlier. It's cooling off by then. Try and get it at, you know, get people, and it's the same thing again. You look at those families; they don't want to sit out in the cold. So get it over and done with before it gets too cold at night. And
on you, mate. If you want to find out more, there's the link to the website. Go and check it out. You can see everything on there, from the calendar, the classes, the sponsors, the Hall of Fame. Check that out, you know, and you can have a look at the local shop on there as well. So plenty going on. Hey, Wayne Otten, mate, I bet you're counting down the days. Ali O'Brien, Noah Britton, Kerry Russ, Thomas Scott, Rob Maybe, Alison Tiwani, Mark Goodman. B-Man's always watching. 4 days to go to the first meeting at Rosebank. Let's go. Thanks, Dave. Hope you enjoy that. Holy batshit, it's Liam Kinser Martin. Mate, he was a machine in the grand final, Mark. Michael Harvey, I didn't get out to the main stadium to do a breakdance, but I'm still waiting for you, mate. We're gonna do a breakdance together. I haven't forgotten. Nana Gale, how are you, Nana? Kins came back with an Aussie twang. Yeah, mate. Got to have some fish and chips over there. Carol, Trevor Ferguson, Benji. Yeah, well, Benji did have a K. Benji Sneddon, we're talking about him, mate. I see he's purchased a 13W. The
Right,
rumour's not
yeah.
true. Has he thrown a 471K on there?
Let's hope so.
I'm not going to get anything out of you, eh? Keith Poynton, Hans, how are you, Hans? Who else we got here? Amron, Craig Almus. Yeah, Craig. Yeah, thank you for that. Well said. Ed Sheeran's watching us. He's going to join us soon. Mike Johnson, Simon Clark. Who else we got here? Up the K from Dave Thomas. 70 years. It's going to be massive. Samantha Kiss. Who else we got? A Caleb J. Miller. Got a new sponsor on this mini stock, I see. Wayne Buchanan. I suppose the other big question that a lot of people are wondering too, and I'm going to talk about the Kings. Can you give us any headway with the Kihikihi Kings come teams champs, or you just holding that close to your heart at the moment?
It's probably a bit hard at the moment, so I
Okay.
guess we'll see how that comes out. But yeah, it's. I think just people in general, like running cars, it is getting harder and harder. So
Yeah.
and to
Totally
commit
understand.
to commit to a team, is certainly harder than it was, say a couple of years ago. So
Yeah. And look, people don't got to realize the expense behind doing teams A-books. You got your crews, you got your families, you've got to feed everyone, and then of course you got to add into the cost of the machinery, the damage, and that's not even including the drivers. The machinery, the hours that are spent on it.
Yeah.
We've been the A-books, we've seen it all before, and
Oh,
you lived it out at the Rees, mate.
yeah.
mate, it's just there's a and let's face it, this season's going to be tight for everybody because we're in a bit of a recession, I suppose you could call it, at the moment in this country, and things are tight. So it's good that families are still going to see Speedway and be together for families. At the end of the day, it's pretty cheap entertainment for the whole family, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, and then we've got guys that are working hard on a stock car team as well again this year. So I think they'd like to run. They're pretty keen on doing a King stock car team. So trying to get that going too. So, but confident they can get something going there. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So just watch the Space Fans and just keep an eye on their page. Sprint cars at McDonald's Kihikihi Speedway is always unreal to watch. I could imagine, Melissa. I could imagine, It would be just unbelievable. Derby at Kikikins. Melissa's been on my case for some time. Where's that calendar gone? Where is it? Have you got a derby coming up, mate? Have you got a derby?
Yeah, we got a derby on the last meeting.
Have you?
Yeah, 12th on that 26th of April. Yeah.
All right, Melissa. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. You've done it, Melissa. I'm going to turn up.
I'm going to add that to my calendar. Another trip up the North Island to Kihikihi if you're going to do a derby, I tell you. Hey.
Yeah. There you go, Melissa.
I want a meeting to be at Kihikihi, the one with the sprint cars, though, you bloody. I've been to Kihikihi before. It's a great little track. I really enjoyed it, actually. Real family atmosphere. It was real awesome to sit there and watch the racing, actually. It was just a standard meeting I went to, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Yeah. Very cool.
All the competitors always say how relaxed it is, which is really good feedback. So we just don't like stressing people out,
Yeah, well, it made me feel like the old days, just sitting on the bank watching Speedway, where it felt grassroots to me, and I love that grassroots feeling when I go to places, like that to me is Speedway, bit of grassroots, and you feel like it when you go there and you walk in the gate and you're welcomed and you feel everyone welcomes you, and it's just makes it a fun night for everybody, So that I did have been, and I did enjoy it. So yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add there, Russell, before we let you go, mate?
No, just that we are a small volunteer track, and there's a lot of hard work done by a lot of people behind the backgrounds, and it's like any other track, you know, to make things work. And, you know, without these people, you know, we wouldn't be here. So I guess, you know, we should thank all our volunteers and all our, you know, committee members and everybody that puts the hard yards into making everything work for all the tracks and our track.
I bloody love your work, you and your committee. Like you say, it's only a small bunch of years, but you get stuff done and got an exciting season ahead of yourself and the big 70th celebration. I think there's one event that's going to be bigger than that. It's when I turn up for the demolition derby. No, just joking, mate. But no, other than that, there you go, Melissa. See what you've bloody done. You started me off. But no, mate, look, I wish you and the team out there all the best for the season. I look forward to catching up, no doubt. I'll be there on the 26th now, put my foot in my mouth. So I look forward to that. And yeah, thank you very much and appreciate all the work you and your team have done in the off season. You continue to do. Celebrate your 70th. You deserve to. And enjoy.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Russell.
Take care, eh? Russel Hayes there, Kihikihi Speedway. If I can get my little... Oh, you might be able to do books. I can't get my mouse is gone.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I'll sort it out, mate, since you're a bit slack tonight. You know, I don't know what's going on with you. Hey, bloody hell.
Bloody hell. There we go. KihikihiSpeedway.co.nz. So get along there, support them. Why not? Get out to one of their meetings. They put a lot of work into it. There's a fair bit of work done in the off season. But, you know, don't go by the 70th celebration. People are talking about the sprint car champs. Mighty Goodley, mate. How are you? Carl Carpendale, Chloe Burley, Warren Buchanan, Scott Tennant. Oh, asked Russell about his production saloon competitor of the year title back in the day. Oh, we will next time we catch up with them. Scott, sorry, I didn't see that, mate. What do you got here? Can't wait to watch you pair dance. Yes, Sam. You're going to get to see us out there. Booker and I will be.
We might see that on the 2nd of November, since myself and Kins have been asked to commentate at the 2nd November at Huntley and the 16th or something like that. I think
16th. Yeah.
So we'll be for the teams meeting and the opening meeting or at Miani. Me and Kins are going to be there commentating and having a laugh and having some fun with the crowd, eh, Kins?
Oh, exactly. That's what it's about, having fun and enjoying ourselves. All right, talking of a guy that has fun. He puts a lot of work into it. Promoter for Speedway Track Rotorua, Sam Ashton.
Evening, Neds. How are we?
Yeah, we're good. We're good, mate. How are you?
Because you came on already. Yes.
So what's been happening, Sam? What's been going on since your arrival back into NZ? Been pretty busy.
Very busy. Very busy. As lots of people will be aware that we've got a new admin tower being built, which is it's almost complete. You know, while I'm touching on that, I've got to give the credit to Scott Morrow from Morrow Builders, one of the best building companies that we've had to deal with, I'd say. You know, if you look at the original plans to what they are now, it's a complete different building. You know, I go up there and I'm like, hey, can we change this? Or you know, the committee or Sonia or stands up there, oh, maybe if we try it like this, and Scott just goes, yep, no problem, we'll do that for you. You know, and it's full credit to Scott for what he's pulled off in 6 months. You know, the size of that building, you probably wouldn't get that built 6 months in a 6 month period, and he's managed to achieve that.
Yeah, because like you say, recognizing that builder and everyone else that's worked in there, you've gone through a bit of ups and downs with the building whole side of things because you've had the weather elements that's just stuffed you guys up in the process, and you've had to deal with all that and during the off season, eh?
Yeah, you know, so we started building as soon as our last meeting, which is in March last year. We demolished, I think, end of March, start of April, we demolished, and we started building in May. And then, of course, we had the major floods come down at the start of May, and it absolutely, you know, as everybody saw in the photos, that come down the terraces and it flooded the track, you know. And if people are aware that the wall's got to be about a metre high off the dirt and the water is up and above that, okay? So that's a shitload of water, you know, and it took a long time for it to dry. And we're lucky that it didn't affect the building as much as we thought it would have, but it still made everything wet and the wood wet, and trying to get it dry so we can carry on and jib the walls and plaster and insulate it. You know, everything was against us at that time. And, you know, I flew to the UK and last month, and when I left and when I got back a couple of days ago, it's a completely different building.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned the UK, mate. Tell us, what was that like, especially with the family and your brother there racing? Because I know you've done that before you've been there. So what was it like this time around?
Oh, I enjoy the racing over there. I enjoy it's a different atmosphere over there as well. And, that World Final is one of the best events. I'd rate that above, well, not above, but equal with Palmy teams in the World 240s. That event is cool, and it's cool to keep the Kiwis over there. Even though there's, only 3 or 4 drivers every year, it's cool, and, my brother never raced on tarmac before in his life and thrown in the deep end and did the World Final on tarmac. So, full credit to him, and the other 2 Kiwi drivers that went over, racing on a different car on a different surface that we're not used to. And, to finish the race is it's like winning it pretty much if you finish that race.
Yeah. But memories made, though, as a family, to get that opportunity and how it all created and came about too,
I was lucky enough a couple of years ago when I was in the mini stock to race over and go to the Perth with my brother Caleb and the team as well, and Dad come over, and then it was quite special to go back over to the UK with Caleb, representing New Zealand, with Dad again, and we finally got Dad out of the country to go to the UK, and he loved it. He got to wear his jandals in the pits.
I saw that. I was just going to say that. I saw that.
Don't have to worry about covered footwear over there. He got to wear his jandals, so he was happy.
Yeah. Mate,
Man, after my own heart wearing your jandals in the pits, mate, I tell you. Hey?
Yeah.
Well, don't you wear Crocs in Rotorua's pit, mate?
I do, and then the meeting starts and I put my shoes on.
Hey, let's talk about the meetings. Obviously, they've done the green sheeting, practicing and everything like that. Everything's running smooth today?
Kind of. So we had to cancel our first practice. That was scheduled for last weekend. Just due to the fact that the track's not ready. We still had a massive light tower in the middle of the track that we put up yesterday. So all going to plan. The weather plays ball. We should be practicing on Sunday. So hopefully, as long as the weather plays ball, we'll be turning the green flag for the first time this season.
All right, mate. So when does that officially start? Am I looking at November? Does that sound right?
Yep, November the 8th is our opening night. Friday the 8th.
Motion Entertainment.
I think I'm going to be there for that one.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be in Huntly on the 2nd. I decide I'm going to come over to Rotorua and be there for your opening in Guy Fawkes, and then go back to Huntly for the teams. So rather than drive all the way back to Hawke's Bay, I thought, I'll go hang out with Sammy for a week.
Yeah. So Motion Entertainment won so we do a naming rights raffle every year.
Yes.
And fireworks or opening night is always one of the prizes, and this year Motion Entertainment won it. And while we touch on Motion, I'll give away a couple of things. So we've teamed up with Motion this season as a sponsor to the club.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, so they've come on board. So they're giving us vouchers to give away, full day out at Motion, or discount vouchers. They're going to bring up some blow up equipment up to the track, so like a football game, so the kids can get involved, and they shoot the football in a hole and they win a prize and stuff like that to try and get the kids involved a bit more. And then so I thought, okay, so we're going to put in each program that we give out, one lucky person will have a voucher for a full day out in their program. So if you're the lucky person that gets a program with a voucher, well, congratulations, you get to go for a full day out at Motion.
Wicked. Love what you're saying there. It's about the kids enjoying themselves the following weekend, Friday, the 15th. The Toy Shed Club, another one that's associated with that event.
Yeah. So the Toy Shed, they're a sponsor. They sponsored last season. They're pretty much a pro parts but in Rotorua, but called the Toy Shed. It's just a club night for us, just for them to have a run in the cars. Get ready for a weekend. They might go away on the Saturday and race somewhere else, but have a race at Rotorua on a Friday night, and then you can go anywhere they like on the weekend.
Wonderful.
Is that just a butt in there, Kin? Sorry, that you do a few meetings on a Friday night. Is that purely for that because most tracks run on a Saturday? Have you guys purposely sort of done that so you race on a Friday and it gives your guys a chance, if they want to travel, they can still travel and not have to worry about a dispensation or anything?
I think so. So I'm just taking over from what Sonia had, and I don't know what the plan or what it was all about a Friday night. I know the reason for a Friday night on the Sky Forks weekend, but I think logically, yeah, running Friday nights, there's 23 tracks in the country, that's including the South Island, and you imagine having 23 tracks racing on the same night, you're going to get no competitors, are you? You're only going to get your registered competitors, and so having to race on the Friday, they still get to race at home, and then they get to travel wherever they like. So you're getting 2 meetings in a weekend.
Yeah.
Which is quite handy for some drivers.
Yeah, definitely. I love the whole thinking around that. It just makes sense, for a driver, he or she that's worked a full-on bloody hard-out week, and then hours in the sheds, they can go racing on a Friday, and then carry on a Saturday, the track that's nearby. It's good for them. It's good for the sponsors. They get recognition, and it just makes sense. I wish others would take it upon themselves to kind of work it around and work with other tracks. For fans who love speed, who are diehard, they'll go and watch your one on a Friday, maybe go to Kihikihi, somewhere that's close, or
Yeah, I think
I
it was last season. Humpney had a meeting on the Saturday, but we had a club night on the Friday, and Humpney had a big meeting on, I think, and we had drivers that were travelling up from Palmy going across the country, and they're like, oh, we might as well stop in and have a skid at Rotorua on the Friday and then carry on to Huntly this next day, So it's a win for us, and it's a win for the competitors. They get to go racing twice.
Yeah, exactly. Go home bloody on Sunday and join the last 2 days. Triples night, mate. Another big one. That's always a big one on the 30th.
Yes, triples. It was Sonia's idea. I think for our 50th anniversary, she came up with an idea, and it's taken off, and it's always a popular event, And then we got Jason in the live stream involved last year, and he's back on again for this year, and I think I'm planning it to be another big event. We've added the TQ midgets into it this season, just for another class. So hopefully they enjoy that different format for them, and another big meeting.
Okay. Carry on through to December. Again, it's another Friday night, the 6th, 7 o'clock. The Still Shop Lakeland gets behind the sun.
Yeah, so it's just another club night for us, another, Friday night. We're starting to get more into the busy part of the season in December, early December, so maybe another Friday night, I need to run my engine or try the new things on the car before they go out of town, before they start heading to the big titles.
And that kind of sees out the end of that month too, on the 27th, 6:30 start with the teams night, eh?
Yeah, so it's a meeting over Christmas. Hopefully, normally it's a nice, good time of the year to have a meeting, is around that Christmas break. Everybody's with families, and they're like, oh, what do we do? Oh, well, Rotorua's on, let's go watch some racing. And so I thought we'd throw some teams nights in, and the plan or the idea behind it is, we've got 8 or 9 drivers in the Rebels and the 8 or 9 drivers in the Rascals that, want a teams race. So this is a meeting for them to give it a go, see if they like it, start bringing in new blood, that type of thing.
Yep, fair enough, mate. Looking at January, that's another big month. It always is, mate.
Oh,
Month of January is huge, like you said.
Yeah.
At the start of the year, it's the New Zealand Championships. NZ champs nearly everywhere, they get it all on. But obviously one of the big ones is the 240s, mate. It's huge.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest meetings I've ever had to run was last season, and the way that it went last year, we had to put one of the biggest events into one day, and man, was that a hard job to do. And it made that night that we had to rain off, I don't know, you guys are up at the track with me. I didn't need the track till I think 1-2 o'clock in the morning, before we started racing on the Saturday, trying to finalize everything, make sure everything was going well, had to rearrange everything just to make it fit on one day. And, who knew we could have woken up on that Saturday and it could have been raining, and that was a nightmare. But, the fingers crossed this season, it's over 2 days and the fans get to experience the 240s and the fan favourite to start their engines down the back straight. That always gets the crowd involved. And I do have a little idea around that, so I can probably talk about that a little bit closer to the event.
All right, mate.
But
okay.
I think the 3rd tier event at that 240s is probably the best event, to be fair, Kins.
I
He's
can't remember
sponsoring that.
Yeah,
that 3rd tier event, Kins. Who's a sponsor on that? I don't know.
Go on. someone we know, eh, mate?
Some dodgy
New
bastard.
Zealand.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's wins, as Jason would say. Yeah, just keep an eye on that one. But just to let the viewers know, the 24th and 25th is the dates confirmed for the event.
Yeah, the 24th and 25th. It's a weekend later, a week later than it normally is. But everything's been pushed out by a week this year, if you haven't noticed by all the dates. But it's just because it's a leap year.
Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. So, for those who want to get the accommodation now, start ringing around now. Those are your dates for that event, 24th, 25th. It doesn't ease up there because the following week on the Friday, the Cook Roofing, is it club night, is it? At 7 o'clock.
Yeah, another club night. I think that might be our third club night of the season. I think it might be third, and then one more to go. But just, it's time, the Superstock. I don't think we have Superstocks on the calendar for that weekend. They just finished 3 big meetings in 4 weeks, you see, and time for them to rebuild their cars and prepare for the weekend after that, which is the big one in Palmy. So, we'll give them a break, but it's just for the others to hit the track, the stock cars had the New Zealand, so it's time for them to hit back the track and fix if they had major damage down in Wellington, so they could come on the track and make sure that all their damage has been repaired.
You mentioned teams, mate. The Rebels will be there, no doubt. We know that. But Booker and I just want to say the outstanding work on the liveries on the Rebels and how it was designed just stood out. Last year, the season just gone, and mate, credit to whoever did all that and thought about the graphic design on that. That was really next level. It really stood out.
Yeah, it stood out from quite a distance. Actually, that design did, and it looked good on the track. And when the lights went, when it went dark, it still stood out, and it looked cool. So I think it was Steve's idea, our manager Steve. So full credit to him or the whole team really for pulling that off. It looked real cool.
All right. 14, 15. What have we got? Stout Engineering involved here. And that's the Mini Stocks in Paradise, is it?
Yep. Yeah, it is our Mini Stocks in Paradise. It's the kids event, the biggest one for them. So another 2 days again. Last season that was affected by rain halfway through the second night.
Yep, that's right.
But yeah, we got Mini Stocks in Paradise. I'm hoping for another big night for them or another big weekend. Hoping to get over the 170 cars again.
Can I just say for that meeting, if people out there that like speedway racing, that meeting is more hits than a Superstock meeting. Trust me. Get to that meeting and check it out and support the kids and get your bum on the seat for that meeting. That's Mini Stocks in Paradise. Me and Kins were privileged enough to go last year and interview all these kids, and it was fantastic. And to see the smiles on their faces and how much more they all stepped up, Kins, like you see them step up this other level of their normal because it's their event. It's something for them and they know it's for them. And I thought it was just a fantastic. We'd never been before. And listen, if you can make it, go and support them because it's well worth it. The racing's fantastic. The amount of front bumpers that get bent around is incredible. It's just these kids drive freaking hard, and they're the future of our sport. And you can sit there and say, well, I saw that kid racing at Mini Stocks in Paradise and he won that. And now, a couple of years later, he might be saying, I saw that kid, now he's New Zealand champion, So it's that and that could be New Zealand champion in any class because they're all stepping up into different classes and they're stepping up and straight away they're fast. But yeah, get to that meeting. It's well worth going to. That was my point after rambling on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a cool event, Mini Stocks in Paradise, and like you said though, it's the kids event, and who knows, one of those drivers out of the 170 drivers that we get could be the next New Zealand champion in a class.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I went through a list the other day. I was cleaning up the old photos, and I think it was the 2009 Mini Stocks in Paradise, and the entry list then is there was 6 or 7 drivers in one hand I could count that are New Zealand champions.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there reading through some of the stuff, and some of the guys have been onto the teams event we just talked about at Palmy. You look at it as, and these guys raced against each other. Now they're still racing against each other in a different class and taking each other out. It just shows where it starts at a young age, that friendship that they make forever at such a young age. And it's not just the kids as well. It's the parents that are with them in the pits, because the friendships and relationships that's right across not just the drivers in the classes or the Mini Stock, but everyone in the pits. It's so huge. And, you see the families here, they just think the kids are the best thing since sliced bread, mate. And they don't go out there bloody shitting on everyone else like everyone else does. They're out there having fun, and I love it. I reckon it's go and check it out. Jason from the pits came through last year and did the stream. He was blowing away. I remember him talking to us, and he couldn't wait to come back and do it again and everything like that. Then we move on to the next big one, mate. I don't know where you're sleeping amongst all of this. The New Zealand stock car team, congratulations to the Rascals and what they've achieved, because that's how it works. When you win it, you host it. Mate, this is going to be massive.
It is a massive, and the planning started the day after Auckland, after they won it. The planning started then, and it's still going. And I think I've had communications from 15 teams.
Wow.
Out of 18 tracks that can front a team, I've had contact from 15 teams. So it's shaping up to be a very big event. So the format might look a little bit different to last year's format in Auckland, just due to the fact of the numbers. And at this stage, I can't have support classes because you know how long teams races go. You never know. The race could go for 25 minutes.
Exactly.
So it was, I'm only in my second year as a promoter, and I've had, got the World 240s, which has probably been my biggest event. And now I've got the second biggest event to try and organise, which is teams racing. And when we won it, I got a message from Sonia saying, good luck. And laughing faces, and I sent through my, the ideas I had for around it. And she's been real supportive about it. And I think it's going to be one of the best events we've had for a long time.
Right. Quickly, just for you, Sam, I'll get a question out here from Wayne Alton. Is Sam going to grow the Dirty Sanchez moustache again this season?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
You might be losing your bloody gear.
I thought he was going to be dyeing his hair red, Kins, myself.
Yeah. Yes, he's a special guest at the 240 singing a song. What have we got? Riker Edge. Mate, how are you? Kins, Booker, and Sam. Kia ora. Hey, chat tube mouse. What have we got? Who else we got here? Watch Cheer the Cuzzies. That's NZ Super Artist. Man, he's doing some wicked drawings on the social media. Good to see all that. Motion is a cool place. 100% agree with you, Madu. Awesome place. How many TQ meetings are you running? Carl Carpendale just asking there, Sam. Any TQ
off the top of my head, I think there's 5 meetings within the season.
Yep.
Off the top of my head.
Warren Buchanan. Is old Mr. Vasey going to run the season? Or I know he's got a big tour at the end of March.
Last I heard, Vasey's Vasey's racing.
There you go.
Well, he's bought his license, and I've seen it all come through. So yeah, you must be racing.
All right, mate.
I spoke to him last year, Kins, and he was still going to race all season. He was, and he wasn't,
cool.
And he's not walking away after the season completely. He reckoned he was going to put people in his car to have a go that couldn't normally have a go. So, it's still doing the same normal Vasey thing, hey, helping others out,
Mate, I'll win. I'll win.
God.
Oh, man. I'll have a go. Oh, yeah, I'll be into it. The couch guy, 240s. Tell me he's coming back.
I'd say he will be.
There you
I
go, Mark.
don't think I saw him. I don't think he came back last season. He might have been there without his couch, but I didn't see the couch last season.
I think we might have seen. You might have been busy, mate. I think we did see him.
We did see him walking in, and his other mate, but they didn't have their couch with them that year.
Yeah, we just that's right. Yeah, they just walked in there. That's right.
I'm still waiting for him to reach out. Waiting for him to reach out.
Wherever you are, couch guy.
Couch guy.
Yeah, we can create a song with Sam and Couch Guy. There we go. Excellent. Dwayne Putt, mate, good to see you going to be racing, and Emily, and we'll try and organise some stickers for you to put on young Mad's car and get that all sorted. Talking about their teams, mate, just going back to it, I'm guessing that's going to include maybe some of the southern teams.
Yeah. We've got a few South Island teams that have been in the communications. I believe there's Dunedin, Cromwell, Christchurch. So there's still a few more teams to come, but we've got a couple of South Island teams. So it's always good to see those South Island guys come up for that event, and they're still yet to win that event to take it down south.
They've been close. They've been bloody close. Getting into the month of March, after you kind of had a bit of relief, I would guess Total Span Rotorua, part of the Friday, was it a club night at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, the Friday the 14th is another club night. I get back from we have a break between the teams, and that's when I go over to the Perth with the New Zealand mini stock team.
Yeah,
we travel to Perth, so that's why there's a break there. But yeah, we get back. I get back that morning, and it was straight into a club night. So a meeting to ease me back into having a holiday. But another club night. I think that's our last club night for the season. As the season starts to wind down from about here for the guys that aren't doing the Reese tour.
Yeah. How excited are you? Because obviously they spoke highly of what you and many others done for the Australians coming over, let alone the New Zealand mini stock team. You must be excited to head across the ditch over there, right?
Yeah, so I went over there in May to start organising it for the season. And just, over there when I was talking and getting meetings in with Tracks, I was looking forward to it. I wish I was still driving for what they've got planned, and, maybe I can put my ass in one of the kids' cars and go for a burn after the meeting. But, those kids, that event is so cool. That little battle that they do is wicked.
All right, 22nd of March, it's BOP Champs, so that's a big one. Starts early at 6:30.
Yep.
Moving through to the 5th of April. I'm guessing it's Memorial Night at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so Memorial Night and the Bay Plenty. So Bay Plenty is normally we run on Easter, the night one of Easter, but this year I decided that we'll move Bay Plenty to its own night. So each class that's racing will be racing for the Bay of Plenty Champs, which means that Easter will be, just Easter Champs like it used to be.
Yep.
But yeah, again, Memorial Night, we've added the modifieds in. So they run for the Ginge Haywood Memorial that night, which we normally run at Easter. So we talked of, as everybody's aware, it's Foxy's last season. So we thought, as a thank you from the club to Foxy for, all the support he's given us, we'll give them a few more meetings this season. So I think they come four times this season.
Wow.
So they'll, on that, while we're talking about the modifieds, they're actually as a support class with the World 240s this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, boy.
So
holy hell.
I don't know if you can remember, we actually used to run them as a support class many years ago.
Yeah.
And then the numbers got a bit big, and then they unfortunately were removed. So this year I've actually removed the stock car teams race. So there's no teams race the second night. And we've added on the modifieds instead.
Wow. Holy hell.
So, and it's an event that we've got planned coming up for that one. It's a nice special event on the World 240s for the modifieds. But again, so we decided, to add the Ginge Haywood to the Memorial Night for them, and then they'll be back Easter time.
Okay. So there you go. Just got the headline news here for the 240s. We've got modified teams racing. Nah, just modified racing.
That'd suit Brad laying down to a bloody T, wouldn't it? Hey? Oh my God, I could just see him in his modified picking someone up and just sending them off the. Maybe that's why Luke Brown got out. No.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Modifiers. Oh, that's just so cool. Then what do you got? The Hickey Contractors Racing, the 1920th. Oh, the boys a big meeting.
Yeah, that's pretty much our season finales. Easter, we always end Easter weekend. Easter extravaganza sponsored by Contractors. So we got the Easter Champs for the Super Stocks over 6 heats. 3 the first and 3 the second. So if you have one bad heat, you've still got another 4 or 5 to make up on it, and it brings them racing quite even, having 6 heats. You might have a bad first night, but have a real good second night and end up on the podium.
Yeah. And I guess in 27 Reds of the Cruising Ladies, it's a bit of a fun get together on the Sunday. Just want to go back to that 240s with the modifieds. Just to clarify, I was only joking about the teams racing, but I want to ask the ladies Aotearoa Crown, is that still on the cards?
Yep. Yeah, the ladies' crown's still on the cards. I've actually started working on that a bit more. That's ever so popular. I think there's close to 50 names on the list, and only 28 of them can race.
Holy hell!
Yeah, there's queues to get into it. That's cool, eh?
it's a cool event, and it's starting to. A couple of years ago, it was more popular than the main heats for the World 240s. There was more action in the ladies' crown than there was in the supers, and it's that event is quite special for the ladies as well. It's pretty much like a New Zealand champs for the ladies.
It is. You're right. You're 100% right.
It's sponsored again by Peter Rees.
Yep, sponsored again by Rees Race Cars.
Yep. Obviously, we know who won the Brisker, Mr. Harris. Are we looking at maybe him, or you've got to confirm this is too early or too rude of me to ask?
He's not going to let anything out the bag here.
I'm not going to say yes, but I'm also not going to say no.
Okay.
There has been communications between Tom and New Zealand. So we just got to guess. I guess we just got to watch the space, you see. And the hardest thing for Tom is he does Chili Bowl, and that's always January. And it's if he's doing the Chili Bowl, then it's it's time that he's got to try. And does he want to go home and spend time with his family, or does he want to come back to New Zealand and race? You see, and you've got to draw a line somewhere.
Yep,
that's right. You've got to get rid of that bloody family so you can race, eh?
And the other thing to wrap it up with the 240s, mate, I don't know if there's any truth behind this, but from what I've been hearing, is a singer going to make an appearance on that night, isn't he?
I don't know what singer you're talking about.
We'll see how many fans reckon that the same. Kins believes that Sam looks like some red-headed singer. See if you can put it in the comments who you think that would be, and we'll see if Kins is correct.
Hard out. It's just
Michael Harvey, what was the date again for Stock Car Teams Champs?
21st and 22nd of February.
21st and 22nd. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. Oh, look, Murray Goodley's put Sam Sheeran.
Even Sam's changed it himself. Look, he's changed his name. Mate, it's always good to have a chat with you. It's always bloody good to catch up and see you and have a bit of a laugh and fun. And that's what we want to reiterate. People get along to the tracks and enjoy themselves. It's family time, everything like that. But if you can volunteer to help out, go and help out. That's all we want to say. What have we got here? The offer is still there for you to jump in one of the boys' cars out of Waharoa. Yeah, mate, come April. I'll have to see where I am. Thanks, Marcus. Mate, I hope you're bouncing back and the kids are doing well. Sam Sheeran. Yeah, they're all spotted it, mate. They're all Anything else you want to add, Sam?
Yeah, just while I've got the opportunity, there's a few people that we'd like to thank for the building and, the process of our admin tower. So like Lyle and Michael Rumney, they come up and done all the plumbing, and, without them, there's a hefty bill there for toilets and all the plumbing, and Damien Orr and Robbie Morris come up on the weekend and in their own time to do all the drainage around the track, and so special thanks to them. It all helps out at the end of the day. And our track sparky Ozzy and his sidekicks Eddie, Damon, they have the building, it's all live, it's all ready to go, and they were like, I don't know if it's going to be ready in time, and it's all done. They're done, and they've got time to spare for themselves. So and full credit to them. And then Stan Hickey, Rod McNaughton, and Pete up at the track. Those three guys have done so much around the track since the demolition to now, and full credit to them. Like, there's so much stuff happening at the club, with the building and all the improvements around the facility, and those three guys do it. I've been helping them out for this week, and it's been cool. I've learned so much stuff off those three guys, and the club wouldn't be where it is without those three helping out all the time and doing what they do. You'll find them at the track every day.
Yeah, I see it too. I've seen it too. So like Sam and Robin, and they, they just, yeah. So Sam, do you have trouble keeping up with old Stan? Do you, mate? Do you, hey?
Oh, sometimes it's, I sit there, and so we were running some drainage stuff yesterday, and he goes, do this. And I'm like, huh? Come again? It just went in one ear and out the other, and I've never done that stuff before, but, now I've done it, and, I've learned so much off those guys. And the one thing I've learned from them is don't throw everything away. Keep it all. And believe it or not, we had a water pipe yesterday, and that would have been planted 15, 20 years ago, said to say, "Oh, how are we going to fix it?" And he goes, "Oh, hold on," and he pulled out the same pipe that he'd just stored in the container and fixed it. And I'm like, "Well, that's why you don't throw anything away."
Yeah.
The same pipe, he kept it, and I'm like, "Oh wow, that is cool." So that's what I've learned from him, not to throw everything away.
Yeah, I've
Good on
watched
you,
them.
mate.
I've been there a few times watching Stan and those guys, and they're just machines, mate. Absolute machines.
Oh,
And then Rob on a sad day does all the
yeah, he,
not scrutiny, the refereeing as well. So
yeah, like he'll be there at whatever time they agree on, maybe 9:30 on a Saturday or Friday morning when we're racing, and he'll help Stan with the track preparation, and he'll leave at whatever 2-3 o'clock, go home, have a shower, come back, and he's got a Speedway New Zealand shirt on, and he sits up in the referee's box and becomes a referee for the night.
Good, mate.
yeah, great commitment. I mean, every track's got them. I think now, haven't we got those dedicated? Just those dedicated few that are there all the time doing something, and we just can't do anything without them. It's But I think the best way for people to show their appreciation to these people is go and put your bum on the seat on a Saturday night and help support the club, and that's the best thing you can do for them.
Yeah, even if they want to get involved with the clubs, and if they thought sitting on the bench going, "Oh, I'd be keen on becoming a tractor driver for a meeting," there's no harm in reaching out. Everybody needs volunteers. Unfortunately we lost one of our dedicated volunteers a couple of weeks ago, Grant, our tractor driver, and it's sad times losing him, and so we need to look for some more volunteers. If anybody's out there, always reach out. There's always stuff to do. We've got 80 plus staff on a race night, so there's always something to do.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I agree with you 100%. It's amazing how all tracks upgraded facilities. The tracks have come a long way over the last few years. And you're right, Mike Johnson, they really have. Look, Sam, we could sit here and talk all night, and maybe to get you go and write a new song you're going to produce, and we'll catch up when we see you trackside real soon, mate. And I hope the Mustang's going well and you've enjoyed yourself. And yeah, all I can say is wish you all the best for the season, mate. I look forward to catching up in person and having some fun as always, mate. And keep smiling, eh?
Yeah, no. I got the off-season fix. I got fixed with my late model racing with you guys online, and by far the funnest I've had online racing is doing the late models with you guys. And I can't wait to catch up with you guys again, and I'll show you a couple of new things I've learned on the racing online, and I'll show you guys that. No, again, I thank you guys for the time that you've given us to come on to promote the club, and had the opportunity so I could thank the people that needed to be thanked. So I appreciate that.
Mate, we appreciate yourself and many other track promoters, presidents, or people who volunteered their time on a Wednesday to join us over the last few weeks from the South Island through to this. And of course, we got a couple more to get through as well.
2 tracks left to do next weekend, this next Wednesday night. So,
and that's just what we do. It's about promoting the sport and getting it out there to everyone that watches our show. And really, the appreciation is back at you, the viewers who watch our show. Share the comments, be positive with us, and we love doing it. It's the fun we enjoy, Booker and I, and different to yourself, Sam and Russell. I should change that bloody thing from Ed. I'm nearly going to say Ed. But, and many others out there that do these jobs, volunteer, and they do for the love and the passion. You mentioned some names in amongst your little chat, mate. They live it. That's what keeps them going. Look, Sam, I'll let you go, and go write your song, mate, and we'll catch up soon, eh?
Thank you, guys.
So, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. I want to start singing Ed Sheeran in a minute.
Start singing.
Hey, it's been a fun show. I just got one thing I want to show.
Oh, what do you got there, mate? Oh, you brought it back.
Yeah, I brought it back. Nathan Cleary.
Nathan Cleary, look at that, eh? How'd you bring that back? How did you bring that back?
I snuck it in. Here's your grand final.
Your grand final shit. Oh, man.
Nah, I snuck it in. I got it on the plane. I got it on there.
I was going to say, did you have to leave Daytona behind and put that on his seat?
No, he had it hit his mom. Then the air hostess, I winked at her and she asked, put it up there, put it away. Okay, sweet. Thanks, babe. Waihi this weekend. Yeah, I see Waihi on Sunday, mate. I might whiz out there for a Jack Nose, see what the weather's doing, and might catch her with Mike Eshemanot and his young fella might head out that way. But thank you once again, everyone. We look forward to catching you all at trackside. And
Yep.
yeah, hey, Dills. Bill and Ashton's joined in the watch. I think that's about us. Hey, Books, watch the Bathurst this week and enjoy sitting in front of the screen on Sunday. What you looking at, mate?
Some comment.
Oh, volunteer seat is nice. Yeah, it was cool. Riker, bro. I enjoyed it myself and grandson at the GF. I'm gonna go back one day, mate. Me and the whānau. Otherwise, everyone enjoy your Bathurst to build up to it. What's the one they do on Saturday, Books? They do the big fasting speed laps, 10 laps or 10 of them. What's that bloody thing called? I've just forgotten now. Saturday.
What was that? Sorry.
The Bathurst racing. What they do on the Saturday? Is it pole shuffle?
The shootout.
Oh, shootout.
Top 10
There's the
shootout.
bloody.
Pole-
Yeah,
What are you-
that's.
mate. Oh, I'm gonna educate you about Bathurst. Holy
Oh,
smokes.
I'm getting old, mate. I'm getting old.
Oh, yeah, mate. The shootout's on the Saturday, and then Sunday she's all go.
Yeah.
They've actually, I can't wait. That Bathurst is my week. Sunday, I ignore everybody. I sit back and do my thing. But yeah, hey, listen, people, thanks for watching. Don't forget, help us stop the bullying. Help us support it. It's easy as see it, say it, stop it. Can't get any easier than that.
Exactly,
but thanks for
mate.
joining us. Next week we'll have Biani and Bay Park on. So we look forward to that as our final build up for the tracks before the weekend. And then that weekend, it's all go, isn't it? It's the following weekend.
Yeah.
Speedways
we are
go.
we are going to catch up with the smaller tracks as well. For some of those who are watching, we'll catch up with the little ones around the tracks that we've spoken to years gone by as well. But my book has said, be safe out there and enjoy what you got planned for the rest of the week. Speedway season's only around the corner. And thanks again to Russell and Sam for joining us. I think that's us, Books, eh?
That's it, mate. We appreciate everybody's help. Have a great week. Look after yourselves. Be safe, and we'll see you all next Wednesday night.
Yeah, mate. Go the Fords. Go the Fords. Go the Fords.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot now.